Good morning, everyone. We're now starting the next siman in the Shulchan Aruch, siman Resh Mem Hey, dealing with a Jew and a non-Jew that are partners in a business, in a store. How does that work with regards to Shabbat? So the Shulchan Aruch opens a Jew and a non-Jew that are partners either in a field or they own a communal oven together, or a communal bathhouse, or a mill, or a store. So he says as follows: if they originally when they made their partnership, if they made a deal at the beginning of their partnership that all of the money made on Shabbat is going to go to the non-Jew, be it if it's a lot of money, be it if it's a little bit of money, that's going to go to the non-Jew, and another day of the week is going to go to the Jew. So let's say they choose Tuesday, all the profit is going to go to the Jew. Shabbat, all the profit is going to go to the non-Jew. And every other day they divide. So that is okay. That's mutar. That's case number one. Let's say they did not, and then the Shulchan Aruch says the second case. Let's say they did not make up at the beginning this division, and only later on they learned, oh, there's halachot about Shabbat, we've got to figure it out. So what should we do now? So what they should do at that point is the non-Jew should receive all of the Shabbat and Chagim towards his pay, and then they could divide the rest. And if, let's say, whatever was done on Shabbat or Chagim is not known, it's hard to decipher how much was made on Shabbat or Chagim. So the non-Jew should take 1/7, as Shabbat is one of the days of the 7 days, 1/7 of the profits, and that should be accounted for toward the Shabbat. Okay, that's the Shulchan Aruch. There is a Ramah on this, but we'll keep that for a later point. But now to kind of explain, there's a few other points on this case. So number one is, says Rabbi David Yosef in the Halachah Brura that the partner doesn't need to be a 50-50 partner. So if the non-Jew even has a smaller percentage, but you make this up with him that he's going to take the profits of Shabbat, that still works out. But the thing is, we have to zoom in on what type of case are we talking about. So there's three options as to the type of case. Option number one is it's a known partnership. It's everybody knows this is a Jew and non-Jew partnership here. So if everyone knows, and now it's operating on Shabbat, then okay, everyone knows, and therefore the goy owns part of it on Shabbat, and probably the guy did it according to halacha. So that's not going to be an issue. Again, there's no case of marit ayin because everyone knows it's a Jew and non-Jew owned thing. A second case, which makes things even more lenient, is let's say it looks like it's totally non-Jew operated, totally non-Jew owned, and the Jew is the silent partner. So that's for sure even more lenient because in front of the people, it looks like no Jew is involved over here. And the third case, which is most strict, which is the case of marit ayin, which is not the case of the Shulchan Aruch, is when it's a Jewish-owned business, and it's known it's a Jewish-owned business, and no one thinks or no one knows that there's a partner, a non-Jewish partner, and there's a non-Jewish silent partner. So in that case, it's marit ayin. If that opens on Shabbat, or that's operating on Shabbat, then it's like, hold on a second, this Jewish guy is operating his business on Shabbat. No one knows that there's a non-Jew behind the scenes. So maybe you got to make it known to people, but in that type of situation, but you have to remove the marit ayin to go ahead with these laws. So the case of the Shulchan Aruch is speaking either in a case where it's known that there's a partnership, or that it's known that it's a non-Jewish business and the Jew is behind the scenes. Okay, we're just scratching the surface, and we'll continue with B'ezrat Hashem in the coming days on these halachot. Minchat tonight at 5:20, and B'ezrat Hashem Haftarah Shiur tonight at 8:30. Hope to see everyone there. B'ezrat Hashem. Tanan Eliyahu.